Hey there, thinkers! Welcome back to another episode of Critical Hit. My name is Est, and today we're going to be talking about Daniel Kaluuya's Barney movie. Will not be odd. Mattel CEO says that after the execs called it an A24 type film that's surrealistic and for adults. Alright, well, let's get into it. We're getting a Barney movie! What? You didn't want one? Oh, yeah, me either. According to Mattel. Yeah, the same Mattel? Well, the one that made Barbie? They're gonna be making the same one, Barney. So buckle up and get ready, because it's about millennial angst. With Mattel's film off to the races, thanks to the blockbuster success of Barbie, the studio is now moving full steam ahead into the upcoming Barney movie, produced by Daniel Kaluuya. The project has become a suspect of fascination for cinephiles after Mattel film executives Kevin McKinnon told The New Yorker in July that the script was similar to an A24 movie and the surrealistic films from Charlie and Spike. Neither of these sources of inspirations are necessarily family friendly, which I kind of understand. If you're going to reincarnate Barney, are you going to reincarnate Barney, or are you going to reincarnate him as in like a more tragic monster that we don't really need to necessarily bring into our children's lives?
Stop it. Get some help.
That one's getting a lot of reaction, Mattel's CEO says. It's too early to be specific, but I can tell you we are taking a fresh approach, and it will be fun, entertaining, and culturally oriented. It will not be an odd movie. Like, what do you mean it's not going to be an odd movie? Maybe not odd for Hollywood, but for the rest of the world, this is an odd movie. Like, come on. Who wants to go watch Barney? It seems like we're going to be getting another A24 type story, like Where the Wild Things Are. And that is such a sad movie, and gosh, could you imagine the heartbreaking aspects of Barney and his friend BJ? Not likely. The Barney movie will be based off around millennial angst, like I mentioned earlier, but they walked that back because of the backlash, so it's just going to be made for adults. Like, why are they making this movie? Who wants this? I need to know this. The CEO of Mattel just saw how much they cashed in and capitalized on Barbie. They want to do the same thing with Barney, but with an A24 type storytelling, but claims it's not going to be an odd movie. Okay there, guy.
Oh, okay.
He mentions here that it's just going to be a play for adults, not that it's going to be R-rated, but it'll focus on some trials and tribulations on being 30-something with growing up without growing up with Barney. Just the levels of disenchantment within the generation. So like, oh, the angst, the millennial angst. I can't get a house. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. When the project first got announced back in November of 2019, Mattel's Films' Robbie Brenner said that the working with Kaluuya would allow the studio to take a completely new approach to Barney that will surprise audiences and subvert expectations. Of course it's going to subvert expectations. We all expect Barney to still be in like the whole I love you, you love me stage back in our memory. Something that doesn't need to be reinserted into modern audience. So, like, what is wrong with people? So it says here that Barney was an ambiguous figure in many of our childhoods. Then he disappeared into the shadows, left misunderstood. Like, well, they're trying to like set him up for like some sort of like creepy entering into like the modern day society. Like it says here, like, we're excited to explore this compelling modern day hero and see if this message of I love you and you love me can stand the test of time. Do you remember that? I love you, you love me. Oh my goodness. Back in the day. In an interview with Variety, amid the success of Barbie, Brenner said that the Barney movie isn't going to be necessarily darker, but it will be more unique, kind of like being John Malkovich.
Why?
Or an adaptation. Okay, I mean, like, sure, but it's Barney.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Brenner also mentioned that the film will be about identity and finding who you love and who feels alienated. And what does it all mean? Adding all be more adult and have adult themes. Well, that's just normal. Yes, it was going to be for modern audiences as a modern day hero. Yeah, I can only imagine what like type of adult themes you're going to put into this movie.
You serious?
Like, I remember that Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato were on the show back in the day. They should invite them back on for the movie to tell them, like, or tell everybody how hard and heartbreaking their lives have been and how the trials and tribulations that they've had to encounter and hurdle over in their adult life. No. She does mention that any movie that has Barney is not going to be straightforward. And I agree. You can't really put Barney as like, you know, we all know Barney onto the big screen nowadays and have everyone turn out to see it. But they're not going to make it Ted either, which I'm really happy about that. I didn't really like Ted. Well, that's the article. I saw this and I wanted to talk about it for really anybody who would listen. But of all the characters, it's apparently Barney this year that gets risen from the grave. Last year, it was Pooh. Well, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Toodles!